Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today's topic is interesting and maybe a little scary. Peter, you spent one full day without your phone. Is that true? Yes, one full day. No phone, no social media, no messages, no internet in my pocket. Why would you do that? Because I realized something. I check my phone before I even get out of bed, every single day. I think many people do that. Exactly, and I wanted to see what happens if I don't. So let's start at the beginning. What time did you wake up? At 6:30 in the morning, but this time I used a normal alarm clock, not my phone. How did it feel? Strange. My first instinct was to reach for my phone. You know that automatic movement? Your hand moves even before you think. Yes, it's like muscle memory. Exactly, but my phone wasn't there, and I felt uncomfortable. What do you mean by uncomfortable? I felt empty for a moment. Usually, I wake up and immediately see messages, notifications, news, but this time there was nothing, just silence. Was it peaceful? Not at first. First, it was boring. Then, it started to feel calm. What did you do next? I went to the kitchen. I made coffee. And normally, I watch something while drinking coffee. A video, the news, something. But this time, I just sat. No music? No music, no podcast, just the sound of the coffee machine. That must have felt long. It did. 5 minutes felt like 15 minutes. But then something interesting happened. I started noticing small things. The smell of coffee, the light coming through the window, the sound of birds outside. I never noticed these things. Because usually your attention is on the screen. Yes, my phone takes my attention. Without it, my attention returned to the room. What about when you left the house? That's usually when people use their phones the most. Yes, especially when walking. I usually listen to music or scroll while walking, but this time, nothing. How did that feel? Slow. Very slow. I noticed how long the walk actually is. When you don't distract yourself, time feels different. Thinking more? Yes. My mind felt busy at first, but then it became clearer. I started thinking about my plans, my work, my habits, even about English. About English? Yes, I started describing things in English in my head. The sky is blue, it's cold this morning, there are many cars. Very simple sentences. Daily English practice. That's actually great practice. When you describe your environment, you use real English, not textbook English. Yes, and it felt natural. I wasn't studying, I was just observing. Mid-morning realization. What was the hardest moment in the morning? Around 9 a.m., I wanted to check messages. I felt curious. I thought, maybe someone wrote something important, but I didn't check.
Was it difficult?
Yes, but also interesting, because I realized something. Most messages are not urgent. They feel urgent, but they are not. Reflection for listeners. If you are listening right now, think about this. How many times do you check your phone before 10 a.m.? Maybe 5 times? Maybe 10 times? Maybe 20 times? A new kind of morning. Without my phone, the morning felt longer, but also fuller, more real, less automatic. That's a good word, automatic. Phones make our mornings automatic, without thinking. Encouragement moment. If you want to practice English in a natural way, try this. Tomorrow morning, wait 10 minutes before checking your phone. During those 10 minutes, describe your actions in English. Simple sentences. I am brushing my teeth. I am making coffee. It is sunny today. That's daily English. Soft call to action. If you're enjoying this episode and learning with us, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with a friend who wants to improve English in a simple way. Learning English doesn't need to be complicated. In part 2, we'll talk about the afternoon. Was it easier or harder? Much harder, especially when I felt bored.
So you survived the morning without your phone, but I'm curious, what happened in the afternoon?
The afternoon was more challenging because in the morning everything felt new, different, almost interesting. But in the afternoon, boredom started to appear.
What do you mean by boredom?
You know when you have a free moment, maybe you're waiting for something or you finish a task early. Normally, I grab my phone immediately without thinking.
Yes, it's automatic.
Exactly. But this time, I didn't have that option, so I had to sit with the boredom, and that felt uncomfortable again.
What did you do instead?
I looked around. I observed people. I noticed how many people were looking down at their phones, in the elevator, on the street, even sitting together at a table. No one was really talking.
That's true. Phones sometimes remove real conversations.
Yes, and because I didn't have mine, I actually started small talk.
Really? With strangers?
Yes, nothing big, just simple things. It's a busy day today. The weather is warmer than yesterday. Very basic sentences, but it felt real.
That's amazing for English learners. Small talk is daily English. It's not complicated vocabulary, it's simple observations.
Exactly. And I realized something important. When I don't look at my phone, I look at people. When I look at people, conversation becomes possible.
Did you feel more confident speaking?
Actually, yes, because I wasn't distracted. I wasn't thinking about notifications. I was present. And when you are present, your brain works better, even in English.
That's interesting. So, removing the phone improved your communication?
In a strange way, yes, because I was less rushed, less mentally busy.
What about work? Did it affect your productivity?
Yes, a lot. I focused longer. Normally, I interrupt myself, check something quickly, answer a message, scroll for 2 minutes. But 2 minutes becomes 15 minutes.
That happens to everyone.
Without my phone, tasks felt simpler. Finish one thing, then move to the next. No jumping between screens.
Did you ever feel stressed because you couldn't check it?
Around 3 p.m., yes, I wondered if I missed something important. But then I asked myself, if it's truly urgent, someone will call me. And no one did.
That's a powerful realization. Sometimes we feel needed every second, but we're not.
Exactly. And that thought made me calmer.
Let's talk about English for a moment. During those quiet moments, did you practice again?
Yes, I described what I was doing. I am writing emails. I need to finish this report. I feel a little tired. Simple present tense, nothing complicated.
And that's perfect for beginners. Daily English is about daily actions, not advanced grammar, not difficult words, just describing your life.
The funny thing is, without my phone, I had more mental space. And when you have space, language grows.
That's a beautiful sentence. When you have space, language grows.
It's true. Silence helps. Phones fill silence. But silence helps thinking, and thinking helps speaking.
What was the hardest moment of the entire day?
The evening, when I usually relax, watch videos, scroll, disconnect. That habit is strong, very strong.
What did you do instead?
I read. I talked to a friend. I even just sat for a few minutes. And you know what? The day felt longer. Not in a bad way, but fuller.
Do you think you will do it again?
Maybe not every day, but maybe once a week, because I learned something. My phone is useful, but it controls more time than I thought.
That's a great lesson. And for our listeners, here is something simple. You don't need a full day without your phone. Try 1 hour. During that hour, speak English inside your head. Describe your environment, describe your actions. That is real daily practice.
And it doesn't feel like studying. It feels natural.
If this episode made you think about your habits and if it helped your English, Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who wants to practice simple English every day.
Learning English doesn't have to be stressful. It can be part of your life, like a walk, like a conversation, like a quiet moment without your phone.
Thank you for listening today, and maybe tomorrow morning, wait a little before checking your phone and say in English,
Peter, something interesting happened to you yesterday, right? You told me you spent the entire day without your phone.
Yes, and honestly, it felt strange at first. I didn't plan it. My phone battery died in the morning and I forgot my charger at home. I thought, okay, I'll survive, but I didn't know how uncomfortable it would feel.
Uncomfortable how?
Like I was missing something important. I kept touching my pocket. I kept thinking, what if someone needs me? What if I miss something? I realized I checked my phone almost automatically.
That's very honest. Many people don't realize how often they check their phones. How many times do you think you check yours in a normal day?
Too many times. Maybe every 10 minutes, maybe less. I check messages, social media, emails, even when there's no notification.
That's a key point. Even when there's no notification. So yesterday, without your phone, what did you feel first? Anxiety, freedom, boredom?
First, anxiety. I felt disconnected, but after a few hours, something changed.
Tell me about that change.
I started noticing things around me. On the bus, I usually scroll. Yesterday, I looked out the window. I saw people walking, talking, laughing. I noticed the sky. I noticed how quiet everything actually was.
So instead of looking down at a screen, you looked up at the world.
Exactly, and it felt calm.
Calm is a beautiful word. Calm means peaceful, relaxed, without stress. Did the calm feeling surprise you?
Yes, because I thought I would be bored, but I wasn't bored. I just felt present.
Present? That's powerful. When we are present, we focus on what is happening right now, not the past, not the future.
Yes, and during lunch, I usually eat and watch videos. Yesterday, I just ate. I tasted my food more. I finished faster, but I felt more satisfied.
That's interesting. Sometimes we think we need constant entertainment, but maybe we don't.
I think we're afraid of silence.
That's a deep observation. Why do you think people are afraid of silence?
Because silence makes us think, and sometimes thinking is uncomfortable.
That's very true. Silence creates space, and in that space, we meet ourselves.
Yesterday, I also talked more with my coworker. Usually, when there's a pause in conversation, I look at my phone, but without it, I continued talking. We had a real conversation.
So your connection with people improved.
Yes, I felt more connected to real people instead of virtual interactions.
Virtual interactions, that's when we communicate through screens, not face-to-face.
Exactly. And I realized something else. Most notifications are not urgent. They can wait.
That's an important lesson. Did anything bad happen because you didn't check your phone all day?
No, nothing. The world didn't collapse. Nobody was angry. Everything was fine.
That must have been a relief.
It was. At the end of the day, I felt lighter, less tired. My mind wasn't full of information.
Do you think screens make us mentally tired?
Yes, so much information. News, messages, videos, opinions. It's too much sometimes.
Information overload, when there's too much information for our brain to process.
Exactly. Without my phone, my mind felt slower, but in a good way.
Slower in a good way. Not lazy, not unproductive, just balanced.
Yes, balanced. I wasn't rushing to respond to messages. I wasn't comparing myself to people on social media.
Ah, comparison. That's another big topic. Did you feel less pressure without social media?
Definitely. When you don't see other people's perfect photos, you stop thinking your life is not good enough.
That's very honest, Peter. Social media often shows only highlights, the best moments, not the full story.
Yes, and yesterday I focused on my own story.
That sounds empowering.
It was, but I also realized something important. I don't want to stop using my phone completely.
That's realistic. Technology isn't the enemy. The problem is how we use it.
Exactly. I just want balance.
So maybe yesterday wasn't about living without a phone. Maybe it was about awareness.
Yes, awareness. I became aware of my habits.
And awareness is the first step to change.
Today I decided to check my phone only at specific times, not every few minutes.
That's a practical strategy. Setting limits helps us stay in control.
I don't want my phone to control my attention.
Attention is valuable. Where we put our attention shapes our experience.
Yesterday I put my attention on real life.
And how did that feel?
More human, more real, more simple.
Simple doesn't mean boring.
No, simple felt peaceful.
If someone listening right now feels addicted to their phone, what advice would you give?
Maybe try 1 hour without it. Just 1 hour. Go for a walk, talk to someone, sit in silence.
Start small.
Yes, small changes are easier to keep.
I love that. Small changes, real awareness, balanced technology.
Yesterday was accidental, but maybe it was necessary.
Sometimes accidents become lessons.
And yesterday taught me that I don't need constant digital noise to feel connected.
You need presence.
Yes, presence.
Peter, thank you for sharing this experience. I think many people listening can relate to this story.
I hope so. Maybe today someone will try a no phone moment.
Even 5 minutes.
5 minutes can change your perspective.
And maybe tomorrow, when your phone battery dies, you won't panic.
I'll smile instead.
That's growth.
That's balance.
And that's real life.